What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Robert Pattinson drama that seemingly continues on the set of the Batman. Now, this isn't necessarily even about him in terms of like he's causing the drama, but he's at the center of it yet again, right? So this is a more I don't know, like this is one of the more like Hollywood kind of gossip stories. I was asked to do this, so I definitely do appreciate all of those that have asked me. I've been asked a couple different times, and now this disgusts me to say, but this comes from The Sun. Now, you remember The Sun with Johnny Depp, so take these things with a grain of salt, because we know this is one of the worst publications on planet Earth. But pretty much the gist of it is this: rumor is that when Robert Pattinson is acting, okay, he's being asked to act multiple takes for like over and over and over, and it's becoming like absolutely ridiculous. He's doing like upwards, I think they said like upwards of 50 takes, and these are when he's in the suit. So these are more like physically demanding stuff. These are more like action driven things, and he's been asked to do takes way too many times, you know, I guess is kind of the story, right? And that he's getting very frustrated. He's been walking away. There were other reports that he like left set again. So like that's the part that we've kind of heard before, right? This is not the first time. We've heard stuff before that Robert Pattinson is basically not having the best time in the world on the set, that he has left set a couple times, that Matt Reeves has kind of driven him crazy, and that he's left. It's tough. It's honestly really tough, because I want this movie to be so good. Okay, this is you know, Fast and Furious is a special place in my heart, and when you look at like the movies coming out this year, and I mean obviously the Batman releases in 2022, okay, so I guess it's up with like Scream for like my most anticipated movies of that year, but this is definitely one of like the most anticipated movies I think in the world, not just by me, you know, obviously on this channel, on the main channel, right, we have a lot of people that are in like the Arkham community that like Gotham Knights and stuff like that, so I get how important this is, and I want this movie to be good, just like everybody else I think wants it to be really good. But and sometimes these are smoke and gun, right? That sometimes these things don't actually end up happening, or they're literally, I mean, you gotta remember, like the TMZs of the world, The Sun, which is kind of the equivalent but even worse, like Hollywood, unlike games, so games has a lot of like fake things that happen, right? It happens kind of all the time, but they're more, I don't know, laughable, and like they're not very harmful, okay? In Hollywood, they just kind of go crazy with leaks, and they just, you know, you look at tabloids and magazines still actually happen, right? Which is kind of funny to even believe, right? And they're just the most insane and stupid things you could ever think of, but people obviously continue to buy them and continue to read them because they're still in publication, right? People still are doing it. So, but it's like it's still funny, but it's like disturbing how stupid they think we are, and how I think they just are in general, because you have to be a certain level of stupid to write some of the stuff. And I'm not saying this one, some things are true, and this could very well be true, but I'm just saying in general in Hollywood, they think we're stupid, and they are also stupid, just in case people didn't know that. But yeah, you know, I think with a situation like this, because it's happened a couple times now, it does, I think, add some credibility, and I believe it has come from different avenues. I don't think The Sun was the one that was reporting on the first kind of set. So remember, back like months and months ago, there were the reports that, well, there was the talk of the whole, you know, when he said he didn't want to get like in shape for it, or however they kind of like went with that. I didn't even pay attention to that too much, because I feel like what he said versus what they reported on wasn't the same thing. But then there were reports that he did leave set, and he was really furious and all that stuff. And then now there's this. I do think some of it does fall, if this is true. I mean, actually, if this is true, this is all on Matt Reeves, because at the end of the day, look, like, you know, you can want a perfect take, and you can want the movie to be so good, but if you're requesting quite literally 50 takes for, say, an action scene, so again, like if he's in the Batman suit, I mean, unless he's doing detective Batman stuff, which is definitely possible, I'm sure that'll be in this movie quite a bit as well, but you know, if he's doing action sequences, or if he's doing something physically demanding, and which is what it sounds like, because again, like the rumor is he's getting very physically tired, he's getting like worn out, so you know, obviously it's something I think that's like pushing him physically, okay? So if like that's the case, I mean, as a director, you got to figure it out. You got to go with, I mean, I'm not a director, I'm not in the filming industry, but I don't really think you should need 50 takes to pull off something. You know what I mean? I think maybe you're looking at it wrong, or maybe the situation is being handled wrong, or something, or maybe you've already done a good take that maybe you just don't think is perfect, but probably would be just fine, okay? So a lot of it does kind of go on him. It's just, if this is all true, these are definitely not things I want to hear. You know what I mean? Because they could definitely eventually, I guess come back to haunt them, right? When the trailers start coming out, like actual full-length trailers, when the movie is out, like I don't want to hear like, oh yeah, the movie's terrible. Okay, so let's say the movie comes out and it's just awful, and the reasoning, we can kind of trace it back and say, well, there were these problems on set, there were those problems on set. I really hope we're not in that situation. You know what I mean? I hope that doesn't happen. So we'll have to see. Again, when it comes to these movie kind of things, same thing with the Ray Fisher thing, right? We just talked about that, I think yesterday, right, on the channel. It's like, I don't know. Well, this is obviously different. These aren't allegations. These aren't stuff like this. But for something like this, it's like, I don't know if they're actually true. You know, I don't really believe anything the Sun says. I mean, the media in general, I don't believe 95% of what the media says in the first place, not just Hollywood, okay? So it's like, I don't know what to believe. You know what I mean? If it actually is happening, that's an issue. It's something he needs to work out. At the same time, we've heard stuff about Robert Pattinson as well. Everything just needs to kind of calm down. Like, we're all stressed. We're all not in the greatest place right now, I think, but they're being paid millions upon millions. This movie is costing, hundreds of millions. Like, let's figure it out. Let's get this movie out. And can we have movie theaters open, by the way, when this actually comes out? Because I doubt that happens. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Do you think that this is true? Do you think that this is going to be a problem that maybe will show itself in the movie? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a new video every single day on this channel. And so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.